I am very excited to share with you the germination rate we're seeing on 3 different kinds of garlic that we planted earlier this month. It is October, and here in the low desert, gardening zone 9B, this is the ideal time to plant garlic. We planted Texas Rose, Spanish Benitee, and early purple Italian. In addition to days of germination, which you all want to know, I'm going to share with you the rest of the growing conditions which very much have an impact. I will also give you a preview into an experiment I'm currently running, which may help your garlic germinate even faster than what I'm about to share. I will admit, the Spanish Benitee was already trying to grow in my refrigerator. As a result, they started popping up within a day or two. Seriously, one appeared the very next day after I planted it. All 4 were up within 3 days. The early purple Italian garlic started appearing in 6 days. They are still coming up. And since this is day 10, 18 of the 28 have germinated. The Texas Rose just started to appear yesterday. Now, why the difference? There are a few things at play here. Again, the Spanish Benitee was already intent at growing to the point where there was already a green sprig starting. It clearly had a head start. The early purple Italian and Texas Rose were not ahead of the game. As for the preparation, the Spanish Benitee and Texas Rose had been in my refrigerator for quite a few months. If you aren't aware, garlic needs cold in order to trigger growth. So in my hot environment, that ability is only available in the refrigerator when your garlic needs to go in the ground in October for the longer growing season. These 3 types are soft neck varieties, which tend to do better here in the desert. If you have hard neck garlic, it needs a longer period of time in the refrigerator. No less than 6 weeks is a good rule of thumb. That rule is not as important for soft neck varieties. I'm not sure on the preparation of the early purple Italian because I ordered it from Seeds Now in September. Evidently, they did not get baked in the 100+ degree days that we had when it was in the mail. The early purple Italian was only in the refrigerator for exactly 18 days, 13 hours, and 50 minutes. One other difference is the depth versus size of each clove. Texas Rose garlic is significantly smaller than Spanish Benitee and early purple Italian. I will admit that once I had planted over 20 cloves of the larger types that I was in the groove and was planting the smaller Texas Rose cloves at a similar depth, and not having thought about it at the time, they have to grow through more soil to break ground. It seems obvious now, but you just get in the groove to get this done. Weather is another variable. While it's not a variable across this experiment, obviously it is the same, it can be a difference between your results and mine. Here's the weather we had over the course of October. I planted the garlic on October 15th and shot this video on October 25th. On the same morning I planted all of this first round of garlic, we had a massive rainstorm. The timing could not have been more perfect. And that is what's coming in. Perfect for watering this pretty garlic. Since then, I've been hand watering with the rainwater harvested from that storm. So another difference is the kind of water. This garlic has only had water out of the sky and nothing treated from the city. Since the garlic was one of the first things in the bed after the reset from summer, there's been a lot of lightweight watering to make sure the seedlings for the carrots, radishes, peas, and our other experimental veggies do not dry out. Since the drop in temperature, the beds have been retaining water, and the water gauge keeps saying it's wet well into the beds. I've been tracking water usage since I've put these beds in, and while I have not measured the exact water to keep the topsoil wet, you get a basic idea on what the garlic is getting. The kind of soil is another difference. Initially, I filled the beds with topsoil and amended soil from a local nursery. The beds dropped down significantly over the summer, and we added in a layer of raised bed compost mix from the Arizona worm farm. So these garlic cloves are planted in Cadillac soil. It's the best you can get here in the valley, and the roots are going to have to grow into whatever's below it. One last variable is the difference in location. Most of the garlic is in this one raised bed. I placed 4 early purple Italian in an in-ground bed, and 2 of the 4 have germinated. I think these are the only variables, and if I've missed any, please add them in the comments. Here's the twist. I planted a special second round of garlic, and the results, which I will share with you in the next couple weeks, might make your own garlic germinate even faster. The second round I pre-soaked in a mix of baking soda and fish fertilizer. The baking soda fights off fungal diseases, and the fish emulsion jumpstarts the growth. I was not aware of this concoction prior to the first round of planting, since I had not planted all of the Texas rose and early purple Italian garlic yet, and I happen to have fish fertilizer, and who doesn't have a teaspoon and a half of baking soda? It was too good of an opportunity to pass up on some A/B testing. So I planted the second round 2.5 days ago after soaking the cloves for 4.5 hours. The research I did said the garlic can be soaked anywhere from 15 minutes to 16 hours. Others say between 8 to 24 hours. Overnight is a good idea, but since I made the concoction around lunch and I wanted to be able to take a video in the light, it was going to have to be the same day. If you leave your garlic cloves in that solution for at least 8 hours, I expect that you will get better results than I will see here. However, it's pretty obvious that garlic wants to grow even without that dose of antibacterial and fertilizer mix. So stay tuned. I will add links to the videos in the description on that concoction and how to make that baking soda and fish emulsion mix, as well as how long this garlic does long term. I will also put out a follow-on video on how well this second round of garlic germinates right here when it comes out in the next couple weeks. Thanks for watching.